your guy, Ron Graham, coming to you today of mindset management, the challenge of the rethinking of net worth mindset. And then those of you who are on your grind, stay on it, stay with it, stay in the gym. Don't fall off the wagon. Stay on that diet. Remember, 30 days. 30 days is all it takes for something to become a part of who you are, what you think, how you execute, how you move, how you groove. That's all it takes. I'm your boy. I'm with you. I'm pulling for you. I'm pushing for you. And as always, I'm going to stay true to my form. So Net Worth Nation's top 5 wealth building habits. Well, discretionary spending. And again, discretionary spending is the type of income that you have. It's similar to what we call disposable. It's the type of income that you have to do what you need to do, right? Bills are paid, obligations have been met, and now you have this certain amount of income that just happens to overlap. And like most people, some of us don't pay attention to it. It becomes second nature. It's just something you have, it's sitting in the bank or wherever it is, and you just do the things that you do. So what we're going to do today is we're going to start identifying some things and seeing where we can peel back some things and make some immediate changes in our lives. Us to doing business, let's just be more general with this. And this may not be for everyone, but for the most part, 2 to 3 cups of coffee a day. That's a given. 2 to 3 cups of coffee a day. Average price, about $3.50. And I got this courtesy of the National Association of Coffee. So about $3.50. And depending on what part of the country you're in, it could be a little bit more, it could be a little less, but for the most part, $3.50 is where we'll go. Fast food, let's be realistic. Some of us eat out more than others. But for the working class audience, for those of us who now, and you know what I'm talking about, you work in these jobs now, you know, you don't really have that lunch hour like, you know, some of us, you know, the back in the day, you know, that always comes out the back in the day. But anyway, the back in the day thing is used to have a lunch hour. You know, most of your jobs, you had an hour for lunch. But, you know, for those jobs where you only had 30 minutes, 10-minute break or a 5-minute break, in most cases, you had to, you know, go out and grab something real quick. And let's be realistic. Most of us don't bring lunch. We just don't. So you look at it about $8.50 on average. You figure the average person's going out anywhere between, you know, let's just say 5 days a week, you know? And then about the family that wants to eat out. I mean, anybody that has kids, you already know this is a given. You know, you can't even avoid it. You try. But the average family now, and I'll just be modest, it's their family of 4. I'm not even talking about the big families. Guess you know what I'm getting ready to say? From back in the day, right? When you had 5, 6, 7 brothers and sisters. We're talking about the normal American household family with 2 to 3 children. That's pretty much all people are doing these days. So, you know, that's about $120 if you're talking about a family of 4, right? And then, you know, what about entertainment? You know, movies, the Dave and Buster's, you know, the theme parks, wherever we're going, whatever we're doing, you know, concerts, whatever. Really depends. And then, you know, this is my new favorite here. This Lotto, Mega Ball, Powerball, sports betting. Listen, you think that's not a back in the day thing? Oh, it was. See, back in the day, it was numbers, you know, the Belita and the hit and the this and the that, you know, these were the things they did. So it was always something going on, you know, in the form of gambling. Or you had a dice game or you had a card game, or you had something going on, you know, what do you call it, Bikino night or whatever. So people just had a tendency to gamble. So the average, and I'm being modest, could be a little more, could be a little less, but we'll say about $100, you know, give or take. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm just, like I said, I'm just throwing numbers out there. Again, these are like averages. I'm not going to say they're absolutes, but they're pretty close to, you know, realistic. Again, I went to the research laboratories. I got this information, Eventbrite, the CDC, USA Today, and optimistmonster.com. So these are statistics that are probably within the last year or two. And the reality of it is that we do become what we call impulse buyers. We've always impulse buyers, some of us were, but more now we have the mechanism to support our impulses, because before you'd have to get up, get dressed, go across town and go do whatever you want to do. And now you just what? You just push a finger on a button in a keyboard or a cell phone. Listen, this is where we are. This is what's happening, all right? So I came up with these totals, and it looks crazy when I see $2,100 sitting over there in discretionary spending, because a lot of people will say, man, I don't have money. I'm broke. Man, I can barely do this and I can barely do that. And, you know, I don't know. What do you mean $2,100? Do yourself a favor. And it's painful. It's painful because my wife and I, man, we go at it, man. When it's time to sit down at that kitchen table, man, and go into that bank account, they make it real easy now. They got those little pie charts and stuff now, and the banks will categorize your spending. Oh, they will. And they'll show that, you know, all the times you swipe. See, now we tell on ourselves. See, back in the day, I was a cash carry cat, right? You had to have cash. Have cash will travel. Now everybody swipe, swipe, swipe. When I had cash in the back in the day, I didn't know where the money was going. I was just spending it. You'll be surprised at how much money you went through. You'd be surprised. I know I was. But anyway, I don't want to get off topic. $2,156. And so where does all the money go? We talked about this, the coffees and the lunches, the breaks, the movies, the night outs in the town, going out with the family and doing things like that. So one of the things we want to do is, and I'm being honest, and I've told you guys this on previous podcasts. I remember the Black Friday podcast we dropped a couple months ago, and we talked about spending. And I said to you then, and I'm going to say to you now, I don't want to stop you from spending. Let me repeat that. I don't want to stop you from spending. I don't. All I want to do is redirect that spending. Remember, we talked about it. I said, I don't have a problem with you buying McDonald's. I don't have a problem with you buying Outback. I don't have a problem with you buying Starbucks coffee, excuse me, or AMC. I said, buy it, but be an owner. Be an owner. Own what you're buying. That's the only difference. So let's look at that, and let's see how that changes the network narrative. You go cold turkey with something, a lot of times it makes it worse, and then your desire for it is more. So I'm not going to tell you to stop drinking the 3 cups of coffee a day on the national average. I'm just going to tell you, cut it down to 2 cups. I'm not going to tell you to stop going out to the fast food places, but maybe bring your lunch 2 days out the week, 3, and only go, 2 days. Split that in half, cut it down to half, and now you're still down to $1,078 estimate or so of discretionary spending. So the top 5 wealth builders, we talked about this, and I'm gonna go through this, giving my group a plug, because I love the plug. But let's start an investment group. Let's do that. You say investment group. What? Start an investment group. Start buying stocks. Look at peer-to-peer lending opportunities. Start to turn your liabilities into income. And last but not least on the list, let's look at some cash building whole life policies. You think that that's a lot of money to do that, but I guarantee you with a little over $1,000, you can start doing these things absolutely today. And again, I know these topics are not easy. They're sort of touchy. They were touchy with me. But like anything else, I would always think that those people who love me the most would give me information, let me know something. Don't hide it from me. Talk to me. Let me know what's going on so I can make the improvements. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm your boy, Ron. I love, and I'll be with you always. Remember, until Net Worth Nation next time, let's be blessed. Peace.